business plan yeiko munhu utengesa.
Show me. Usanduze. Because talk is cheap. It's the cheapest thing on planet Earth right now. If you open your mouth and you say something,
and
so easy.
Today on Hustle Hard, like we do every other Monday, we are ready to provoke, inspire, and to equip you. George Billionaire in the building. You look very happy today. What happened?
Holla, holla.
It's
It's your boy,
Mm-hmm.
George Billionaire,
Yes.
with none other, our Capitan,
Dun, 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 dun.
Becky K, on this amazing station called Capi Talk,
Yeah.
Harare's Heartbeat. And welcome to you and you who's tuning in
Mm.
to this amazing program called Hustle Hard, which definitely is here to do so many things mentally to people, to transform people's mindsets. But Becky, I'm happy for two things.
Yeah.
This weekend in Bulawayo was the Zimbabwe National Sprint Swimming Championships.
Mm-hmm.
And that was such a buzz of activity. And we had a good time as the Amazing G's family,
Right.
where George and Gabriel swam so well. They had their personal best times. They beat their previous times, and also brought a couple of gold and silver medals back home. So big shout out to the Amazing G's.
Oh, wow.
Not only did they swim well, but it was also just good to see the swimming community and so many people improving. It's great to see
Yeah.
that the sporting facility is really encouraging the young kids to go out there and, you know, become internationally recognized, beating their previous times.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, Becky, also I have been officially for 5,846 days ago, I went and I paid my lobola and I celebrated this 16th wedding anniversary with my wife, Lisa.
Good.
I love you lots, Lisa.
16.
And 5 kids later, 16 years later, it's been an amazing journey. And, you know, it's always important. So this weekend was special.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good also to bring back some medals home. But
Imagine that.
it's important to celebrate this amazing gift called love as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, very happy and excited for that. There seems to be a lot of positive things happening in your life. What do you owe it to?
You know, Becky, I believe one of the greatest things that I look at life is how I saw my parents living their lives and how they became role models, especially in being very supportive to their kids. And it's so important, especially when you have a partner and a spouse who supports you in business, in family, in a lot of things. It just helps you become a better version of a man. Having a supportive pillar behind you, or most of the time you rarely hear or see her, but she's behind the back doing all that behind the scenes things.
Yeah.
So it's important to have a strong pillar of support. So many men out there are doing the most they can to provide.
True.
The most important thing as a woman that you can do, just be that positive affirmation to that man, to appreciate him, to acknowledge him for all the hard work he's doing.
Come on.
These school fees are not a joke. These rentals are not a joke.
Absolutely.
These making sure the house has everything. It's not a
true.
joke. It's not a mandate for a man to provide. Of course, I mean, it's necessary. But remember, in these very hard times all around the world, all a man needs from his better half, from his woman, is that thank you, daddy. We appreciate your hard work. And that will go a long way to many men out there. I think there are many men right now nodding their heads to say, I wish my wife was whistling, George. I wish she was here listening to what you're saying, because I came from home and I'm not getting these affirmations.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, all women out there, try this. Stop murmuring and complaining about what he doesn't do, but start affirming him about what he can do, and begin to see those things you used to complain about beginning to work. Men work with affirmations.
Yeah.
Applause him, serve him. Go back to, back in the day. Do all those things. Stop sending your kids and your nanny to serve him. Appreciate him.
Do it by
spoil
yourself.
him the little bit that you have. Don't buy him socks and a tie as a present. Go the extra mile. Yeah, it's gone all the way, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And as we go on, Becky, great to see Bulawayo. Bulawayo is amazing. I saw so much business activity.
Yeah.
It's amazing, Becky, the resilience that Zimbabweans have.
True.
And for me, as I went around the city of Bulawayo, You know, shout out to the cleanliness in Bulawayo. Shout out to how they just keep things up to par.
Top notch.
But I just saw the hunger in resilience. You know, we can always be complaining that there are no jobs, that we're waiting for a savior to come and help us. But I always like to say that you are the captain of your ship.
True story.
And I loved to see people making a plan.
Yeah.
People may not have jobs, but they are making a plan.
Yeah.
They're not
yeah.
sitting waiting for a donor to come and give them something for them to operate, but they are out there making a plan. So I loved, you know, I parked my car, walked around, went into certain places, and I saw the hub, the hunger, people coming up to you, hey, we're doing this. So, you know, in a country where you actually see people trying, for me, it's very commendable. Not only in Bulawayo, even in Harare.
Yeah.
There are people who are, you know, their shops are located in the most unlikely places that you'll think they'll make business.
Still.
But they're opening, they're being consistent,
Yeah.
they're being known for one thing, and that one thing is taking care of their families and paying their bills. So somebody who's listening out there, the greatest secret to getting ahead is getting started and staying consistent to that one thing. Once wakangotanga Becky, I can guarantee you, once you start and people know you and know you, that's it. Once you, but because my people perish, Becky, these people, my people, this is why I'm here every Monday.
Right.
To say my people do not perish because you do not know. My passion, Becky, is to let people understand. You will never know unless you start. You will never know. You will keep complaining and murmuring, but I have seen it. I have tested it, Becky.
Yeah.
I have seen the other side of life. The other side, more so called entrepreneurship. This side, there's a little more freedom. There's a little more access than just relying. I'm not against people who go to work, Becky. I used to be one of them. But you will never know unless you go the other side. And then when you've arrived, this is me coming back to say, people, I want you to start. It may not be comfortable the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, but get started.
It's that fear of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Right? Most people dread those years, and it's just like, what? No, I'm giving up. I'm going back into the working force. I'm going back to the to a job because Vashikapa year 2 of business, and they haven't even broken even, or
And
they are
things are
just
not
breaking
adding up.
even,
Yeah.
and things are not adding up. And they look at the family, and that's when now the wives or the women in their lives, I don't think it's by choice that they talk like that. It's like, you said you were going to do business. Business, Rajo. And they don't get that motivation.
That shoots down.
That
And
shoots down. So they normally give up between year 2, year 3. So by the time they get to year 5, no munanenga push.
Yeah.
Because when 5 years in business, asina kumbovara, shop, asina kumbeta anything. That person has conquered the most and has really persevered. And that's what we want to like start off with the people who are listening right now. Mainly when we are starting out on a business, a plan needs to be put in place, right?
Yeah.
And there are some people who are good at it, and there are some people who are terrible at it. For example, I am good with ideas. Don't ask me to put it on a paper. It won't come out. It can't. It won't. 1 minus 3.
It can't.
It can't. But
can't.
is the idea there? Absolutely. The idea is there. I can structure it from start to finish. But don't ask me about financial reports. Don't ask me about my projection, what I think I'm going to. No, I don't know.
Investment. Yeah.
As idea yangu ji ndinayo.
Yeah.
But we know kuti my business plans are important. Even just if you're going out to look for investors, for example, or you want to make your case heard, you are trying to sell your business. Oh, what's your business about? We can just talk about it on the surface, but not in depth, because we don't have the in-depth information.
Yeah.
We don't know it. All I know is I want to sell this thing, and I want to sell it for $5 to 100 people every day.
Yeah.
That's how I'm going to make my money. So let's talk briefly on the business plan aspect of things, and then we have a case study for you.
Yeah. So Becky, a business plan is so key and important, especially when you want to scale up. Now, I think anybody who wants to start and get something done, the ultimate goal that people should understand, and this is true, Becky, There are people who are after money, and there are people who are after serving a need that the country needs or that the nation wants. Now, if you are in the food sector and yours is, I want to provide an affordable meal
Yes.
to people, and in exchange of it, get value for money. That should be the priority of things. If you come in and you say you want to make a lot of money, you are misguided, because remember, especially in this day and age, there's so many people doing what you are doing.
Yeah.
So it's important to, number one, know why you're getting into business. I want to create a solution to a problem which I have seen, and I want to do it better and actually more reasonable. So a business plan, initially when people start, if you ask me, did I have a business plan when I started Pro-Am? Becky, I only got a business plan later on when I actually had started. Because most of the time, business plans are requested by individuals who want to give you capital. Right? So I want a business plan of what you want to do. It's a potential investor, a bank, somebody who wants to finance you up front.
That's what the business plan is for.
Right. But for majority of people who you see today, their plan is, I want to provide this product or service in exchange for money.
Yes.
So there's no need really for Becky, give me your business plan. How you? No. It's clear. I want to provide a product and service.
Yes.
Just write me down your business plan. Tell me the return on investment in 5 years. Madomase or utengesa parod. What's the business plan for that? It's providing a need that people need to cook at the correct place and time.
Yes.
The 4 marketing P's is product, place, price, and promotion. I want to just sell this product. So when you understand that, you don't really need a plan to start. Get me correctly. You don't need that after 4 years, because how can you project that a Pro A is going to sell 200,000 worth of when you haven't started? Only when I had started and I had kept records, I saw, wait, in 2012 we sold 30 airguns. In 2013 we sold 45. So now I could be able to document, because now people, when they want to give you money, they can say, listen, what has been your current turnover over the past 2 to 5 years? Right? Then we're not, okay, takapa 100,000. You've been making 50,000. So you won't be able to break even. So they can attest. But initially, Pekutanga, remember, you haven't even started. So it's very difficult. And this is why most people get very disappointed with the business plan. This is why always, I've told you before, Becky, I like investing in somebody who has at least done something than somebody who just has a business plan as something that they have done, because they have never gotten their hands dirty.
Okay.
So people who just have a business plan and have never done any business, even selling freezers, there's something, Becky, that you'll get from. I sold 50 freezers in 3 days, and I made a return on investment of $7.50. So now, if I get capacity to have 10 packets, I can be able to make X amount.
Yes.
That person is better than somebody who has a very nice, elaborated English plan. Saka plan Kwandiri, especially for startups. The greatest thing you can show me is what you have done with your own hands, with the little you have. Then I can take you seriously, because at least you are trying. But Munangwene, just a piece of paper. And this is the thing with most of the most educated countries. People are well educated, but there's no experience.
Oh, yeah.
If you ask me, who would I hire, a very educated person or an experienced individual? I would rather go any day. Any day. I would take the guy who has gotten his hands dirty, he has failed in this, he never met his targets, than somebody who will tell you the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, how to sell, how
information.
to this. No, but information is really not sabe. You may know, you may quote all these guys, but Becky, it's about tangible experience. So business plan, Becky, to be honest, it's better to show me. One of my mentors tell me, don't tell me, show me. Usanduze. Because talk is cheap. It's the cheapest thing on planet Earth right now. If you open your mouth and you say something, it's so easy. But show me what you have done. Show me, no, I came from here and I went here and now I'm here. Not just to say, oh yeah, no, we don't want those. I started my chicken business with a feather, and we know those
my
things.
restaurant with 1 grain of rice.
No. Those that sounds too nice, but it's not real. But you can tell steady progress. All these big existing organizations, I can tell you, they had a mission, right? Every company has a mission statement. They have a hope of what they want to ultimately be.
Yeah.
No, we want to be the top leading air conditioning company in Africa. That's good. It's a vision and a hope of what we want.
So those things have to be written down, Arjan.
They do. I mean, every company that exists today actually wants to be the top in the industry. There's nobody who opens and wants to be second
I
and
want
third.
to be middle.
But we want to be the fifth. No.
Everyone wants to be the top.
Everyone
The
wants
best
to.
selling.
Yes, everybody wants to be the top. So for me, business plan, it's not about a business plan. It's about execution. I love people who execute more than they talk. I love doers. If you talk too much, remember we spoke about it last time. Real money does not make noise. It does not talk too much. Be so good at what you do. Work so hard that when you show up, Becky, people will introduce you on your behalf to say that's Becky K.
Don't you know her?
You don't know Becky K?
I like the sound of that, and exactly like what you're saying. Nobody wakes up and says, I want to be second, third, or whatever. Everyone wants to be at the top, but they are starting from somewhere.
True.
And like you said in the opening, it's the starting that's actually the issue with most people.
That's it.
So if a business plan is giving you a headache, put the business plan aside. If you're not looking for investors or capital to be injected into your business, invoice a
Becky, I'm a judge on a program called Ego Nest.
Right.
And I've sat down and judged so many startup entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
I remember I actually said no to one of the guests who was there pitching their business.
Right.
I'm one of the guys who said no. But what I love about his success story, even though he didn't win the thing, he went on to then go and prove us wrong by doing it, because on paper it did not make sense. So business plans are it's a cutting point to a lot of people who are told, this business, it will not make money.
Yeah.
By people who have not seen your potential because you haven't showed it. So there are so many. I can only imagine if I went to Ego Nest when I started Pro and they told me no, Becky, I probably wouldn't be here. I wouldn't, because they would have told me, no, you're not educated enough.
Yeah.
There are already so many other air conditioning companies. No, you're not. You didn't even go to university. You must have an air conditioning and refrigeration certification for you to be an owner. I probably would have not been where I am. So sometimes when people tell you business plan, no, go against the odds and do this simple thing. Prove them wrong. When you have, we all know that song.
Yes.
And it's an important inspirational song which says, people's opinions should never define you. No business plan should stop you from starting your business.
I like that.
They should be able to, a year, 2, 3, 4 years down the line, be able to say, wait a minute, he started on the street. His first office was in the car. Then he went into his back garage. And now look, he's a multinational organization. So many people, Becky, we spoke about Oprah Winfrey, Amai Rebecca Chisamba, they were all told, you are not fit for radio. You will never make it.
Yeah.
Even you, Becky.
Yeah.
They said, you are not.
Like what?
You
calm down.
But imagine.
Take several seats.
Imagine. But now, all these household names, because somebody judged you, rated you, they are musicians. Ja Preza was mocked.
Yes.
Beyonce was mocked.
Yeah.
Oliver Mtukudzi was. All these people were told it won't work. Oliver Mtukudzi's own father. Imagine Oliver Mtukudzi's own father, because he failed as a musician. Siana Najo, Alec Macheso, same thing. So all these people, they may not have had a business plan or where they want to go, but because of sheer determination and something in them that knew, this is for me.
Yeah.
And ultimately now look at them. So don't let, if you don't have a business plan, it won't work. No. Go out there and do what you must do. Get dirty. Learn, fail, until at the end of the day we end up at the top and we succeed.
Right. When we come back after the ad break, we get into our question and answer segment, where we go and have a look at case studies. And I'm seeing some of your messages. I'm so impressed with you, Pulses. Well done for this. When we come back, we get into Q&A with George Billionaire.
We make the weather behave. Pro Air do it like on television.
We are going to try and do this Formula One style speed, Chayu. Just going to go through some messages and then get into our case study. This one says, hi George, I'm proud to say that I have started selling cement in the past 2 months. I've managed to sell to trucks and I am on the right track. Vakatumanya picture yavo ndimai Obama and Kowadza. I'm doing business.
Salute.
I didn't wait for the business plan.
I like it.
I said, me, I sell cement.
One thing I love, Becky,
$10,
about
$11.
the pulses, about people who listen. Let's be doers more than talkers.
Yeah.
Let's do. Action-oriented people make results happen. People with excuses, they stay stagnant. They stay at the same place. I love that.
And this one says, hi Becky, my business is flourishing. I can now safely say I am a product of Hustle Hard. Kudos to Uncle Billy. And very true. Panoti starting up. One Uncle Billy. But once you start, you're on the right track. And this one says, well said, George. As a man, or should I say as parents, including women, it's not easy to have everything going swiftly with the family, but it's happening thanks to parents in general. When you were talking about women supporting their husbands. Hi, Uncle Billy. Thank you so much for cancelling out the whole issue. My business plan. Business plan, and the business plan,
I like that.
All right, speaking about plan, we've got a case study here of a 28-year-old young man, recently graduated and has been sitting at home for a couple of months now. Name Tino. Tino.
Right.
Location, he's here in Harare, Zimbabwe. He says he is a product of Hustle Hard. He's motivated. Motivation is not a thing of questioning. I am motivated, but however, I feel frustrated and stuck, and I wonder why things are not working for me. I listen to the show and I go and I write down my ideas. Sometimes I do an occasional scroll on social media looking for ideas, occasional coffee shop hangouts, and lots of idea brainstorming sessions that lead to nowhere. What is it that I am doing wrong?
Right. Big shout out to Tino. We love the question. My question to Tino is, what have you done at all regarding business that we can relate to? Now, the thing with people who love ideas, who are motivated on the show, they've got so many ideas.
Yeah.
They always are feeding off this motivation. And Becky, remember our 48-hour rule. You hear something on radio, it motivates you, just like we came from church yesterday. We were inspired. It was powerful. It was amazing.
And
but what did you do with what you got? So we've got a challenge of people who are listening, everybody, who are reading 50 books a year. But at the end of the day, they are not doing anything. It's like you getting a seed, but you are keeping it in your pocket. It does not germinate in your pocket.
Yeah.
You must put it in the ground. You must get dirty. You must understand. You must water it. And that's the key thing in business. A lot of people out there have brilliant ideas, but they stay there in the mind. And unfortunately, if all the people in the world kept the idea in their minds and not put it on the ground, we wouldn't be driving the cars, using all these gadgets, staying in the houses we live, because somebody kept that idea in their mind. So don't be an idea collector. Be an executor of whatever comes to mind. Remember, the abbreviation of FAIL is first attempt in learning. And the more times you have learnt, the ultimate reason why you then succeed. So if you have never failed in anything, it means you have never tried anything at all. So I would love to say I've tried this, but from those trials, there are lessons you learned, which at the end of the day help you to become a better individual. So let us execute and do things. Let us be action oriented. We heard from the lady of cement. We've heard from the lady who's doing all this. Those are people who said, this is good content.
So with his one idea that he has, okay, from the 100 ideas that he has, he must just pick one and go with it.
That's it.
And then we figure it out after our time.
We learn as we go.
Okay.
And we live as we learn.
All right, that's all the time we had for Hustle Hard. It is 1 o'clock. Stand by for the news coming up shortly. George, for those who want to be part of your classes on Monday.
Register for GB Mentorship. It's there on Instagram, or text this number 712-840-840 and be a part of the GB Mentorship with George Billionaire.
All right.